Good evening, everyone. Today we have Dr. Sujata Singhi, renowned sound healer. She is the author of international bestseller book Power of Sound. She is a doctorate in sound therapy, in science of wellness, in musical arts by Cambridge. She is a founder of Music and Emotional Release Therapies, that's MERT. She is also into life skill education with specialization in sound therapies and NLP, and many more feathers in her cap, lots of awards and recognitions, and so on. She has also worked with hospitals across countries and treated thousands of people across the world. Welcome, Dr. Sujata. Glad to have you on board with us and to share your insights on sound healing.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jyoti. Hello, everybody. How have you all been doing? Yes, I hope all of you are fine. You're safe, because that's very important now. Thank you for the introduction, Jyoti. And now I would request all of you to have your earplugs on, because we are now going to start the session. Before I start, I would request all of you to have a deeper understanding of sound. For that, I will just give a sneak preview, because it's a deep science. As rightly mentioned, it's a deep science which needs to be, I'm just trying to set it right. Yeah, I hope all of you can see me. It's a deep science which needs to know that how it can be used as medicine. To start with, Jyoti spoke about my book, and the book is here. It is The Power of Sound, which is an international bestseller in 3 categories, and also the book which had received the title of Boon to Mankind. Apart from that, what I'll be talking about today is sound as medicine, how it can help us raise our immunity, how it works on the physical, mental, emotional, and the spiritual body, and so on. So I would request Jyoti to now start with what questions she has in mind.
Yes, Dr. Sujata. Thank you so much. So firstly, we would like to know what is sound therapy and what is the science behind it? I mean, how does actually it help people to get treated?
Yes. Now, sound, as we all know, is our basic life, because if our heartbeat stops, if there is no rhythm, which creates the sound, and the pumping stops, so that means sound is something we have to be having in our life.
True.
Now, the sound, if it is not right, is going to lead to disease. That means even if you look at the ECG of a person, the graph has to be right. If the readings are not right, if the sound in the heart is not right, if the vibration in the heart is not right, it's going to be a state of disease. So I'm just putting it in a very common language to understand that if the sound in the body is not right, you definitely are in trouble.
Absolutely.
Now, yeah. And the other thing is, sound as medicine is a very ancient science. So I'll be talking about this later, but I hope I have given a small gist about what sound is and how important it is in our life.
Yes, true on that, absolutely. So can you please share some episodes of miracles with us, which is related to sound and how sound has helped them to get treated?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question. Now, having worked in hospitals in various countries, the patients, when they are in a state when modern medicine is not working, right? Because everything has a limitation.
Yeah.
So does modern medicine. A lot of research is being carried on, but there are new diseases coming every day. Right.
True.
But one thing which we forget is diseases are external. The disease-causing factors are external. There is something within us which can tackle everything. But we have forgotten that aspect. We are looking only at things to be intervened into our body to give a temporary relaxation, a temporary, solace of what things are happening.
Only through medication, basically.
Right.
Yes.
So that is a treatment. That means we treat the symptoms.
Okay.
On the other hand, when sound is induced, the self-healing mechanism in the body, like I said, our body has its own mechanism of healing. And its self-healing mechanism gets activated. And when this self-healing mechanism gets activated, the antibodies within the body, they are very much in action. So from the environment, anything is affecting them will not be leading to a disease, but it would just be an external factor by itself. So this is one of the things about the sound as medicine and how it works. Yes. And about the miracles, people tell me that you create miracles with sound. Now, as I said, it's medicine, so it has to be administered very carefully. A proper understanding of sound, of frequencies, of human anatomy, all these are very important for one to move ahead with taking up sound as therapy. I see a number of people, because I train a lot of doctors as well. Like I have many doctors who are also my students of sound. So when I see that, I feel that the understanding is better, the work with them is better, for the reason that they understand that there is something within the body which is causing them to become stronger. Maybe the immunity is getting stronger, or maybe the misalignment in the body is coming back to alignment through sound. Now coming to the miracles, I'm talking about this because they were terrible cases. The cases which I had to intervene with sound were the ones wherein it was a very long time, like 28 days, 24 days in hospital, in the ICU, and still nothing working. Right, and that is when the intervention came. So one episode last year, 2019, was when I was invited to go to Pentai Hospital in Malaysia. It's a super specialty hospital, and the girl had muscular myositis. Now, this condition of acute myeloid musculitis is a condition where the autoimmune disorder in the body takes place. That means the antibodies in the body is not understanding whom to attack or whom not to attack. In fact, they start attacking their own mechanism, the defense mechanism. So in this such a condition, like it's generally called as lupus, generally most of the people, they understand the simple language like it's the lupus. Now, how is lupus caused? Why? What does it lead to? We don't. Many people don't understand, including the medical fraternity, for the reason that lupus has a number of causes which is not known. It has a number of reflections which is not known. That means number of diseases can come up. So this girl who was under this particular problem of muscular myositis, she was 14-year-old. And she was put on steroids, very strong steroids. And the cycles were very short. So as it is a 14-year-old, the endocrine system is it's a little disturbed at that point of time due to hormonal changes and the steroids intervention. So she had become like 2 to 3 times her size. She had puffed up so much.
My God.
Now, what had happened at that point of time is, her aunt knew me, so she said, "Why don't you come in and help with sound?" And that was when I stepped into the whole picture. And when I'd come from India, I had sessions in Singapore and Malaysia as well as patients lined up. So first I visited the girl and I gave her the first session. It was truly, I can say it's a miracle, because even the documents showed that without giving medication for sleep, that was the first night she slept without medicines after 24 days.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, and that on the next day, I came to know that after the session, I had given her sessions. First day was in the evening. The second day was in the noon. Second day, I came to know that she walked down to the dining hall after 24 days to have her food on a table apart from sitting in the bed.
That's really miracle. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that was something which I thought, okay, it's working so miraculously. Like that was the first time it came to me, okay, it's working. So then I induced another protocol for her based on her disease. Okay. Another protocol was induced, and the report showed that her levels of creatinine, which was very high, in thousands, was coming down, and steroids had to be pulled off gradually.
Wow.
And the doctors told me, like, now this case seems to be much better. And then third day after I changed the protocol, it became much better. And the fourth day, that was the day when I finished with the therapy, and I had to go to Singapore. And when I was waiting at the lounge, the father gave me a call telling, this is the best birthday gift I could have got, because today my daughter has been discharged from the hospital after completing 29, almost a month, I can say, in the hospital.
Wow, that's amazing.
And that girl could attend school. She didn't have to miss a semester. She went back to playing her basketball. She did everything back to normal. And today, whenever it was like after that, every 3 months I had to be going to a different country. So after 3 months, when I came to know, she's all fine, playing basketball, doing all the things which she could do, back to her normal self and back to her normal size, which she had swelled up. Everything was normal. And the doctor said, this was a miracle. And I said, yes, because sound intervention helped the semantics in the body to come in into alignment. A self-healing mechanism got activated. And that is how the whole thing came back to normal. So this girl, she had only one question to me. She said, I'm thankful. I said, yes, it's okay. Like, I'm very happy that you're fine. It's a 14-year-old girl, so like just like a small kid. And she said, but I have one question. Why did you make me suffer so many days? Because I was in so much of pain.
Pain.
Yes, because this acute muscular myositis is a very painful condition wherein each muscle in the body is inflamed.
Oh,
it's a terrible condition.
That's so bad.
Yes, it is very bad. When the first day I met her, it was she was looking like, Willis, help me. Because she was not introduced to sound till then. So
Absolutely.
she was just looking at me with her eyes open like, Willis, help me. I just told her, relax and focus on your breath, do nothing. We just hope for the best and things will be okay. And the doctors were very happy. Of course, the patient is all fine. So all of us, the whole team, the medicos there at the entire hospital as well as me, we worked together and it was amazing. So it was very satisfying for me. I could tell that, yes.
No, it is a miracle. And I'm sure that a lot of people are not aware that sound can actually heal you. I mean, a lot of people in this country, we are not aware that, this really works so miraculously in our daily lives as well. So in our daily lives also it works?
Yes, definitely, yes. Now, because I have taken up sound as a treatment also, that's a different story. Because I'm a researcher, other people may not be able to work in such conditions. Hospitals do not allow them. That's one thing. And most of the sound healers, I've seen that there are many sound healers around. That's a good thing that people are doing it. But I want to request them to do it in the right way. Learn the right way, because sound is medicine. I have got people coming in telling me that their migraines, which was all dormant for 10, 15, 20 years, suddenly got aggravated because some sound healer given them a very harsh sound or not the right sound. So sound which makes them also break. It is used in lipotrophy to break the kidney stones. The same sound waves are used for brain entrainments to heal diseases like depression. So it is very important. It is like medicine. You should know what composition you are taking.
Right.
And what frequency you are taking, because it's pure physics working on human anatomy. It is not that you take a bowl, you strike, and also please understand, the bowls are very specific. Like all my students, when they learn, they are given very, very specific set of tools. And they are actually taught in a very scientific manner. There are protocols given. So they have to understand that, they have to follow that. So I could say some of the people, the doctors say it is something like when we were doing our medicine. So exactly, this is medicine. The only thing is here it is sound, and we are allowing the mechanism within the body to get activated. So in regular life, you can definitely use sound, and in fact, sound should be used in everyday life. I'll come back to the ancient science later, but yes, sound should be used in everyday life.
That's really amazing. So do you train people?
Yes, I do train people. I certify them, I train people. I have groups of people who have been trained in various parts of India like Chennai, Mumbai, Bangalore, and people coming in from Delhi as well. There are also doctors from AIIMS who are my students. There are also doctors from different parts of the world who are my students, like from UK, from parts of Europe. There are people from Singapore, people from Malaysia. So there are some people who come in from different countries to reach Singapore, because that is where most of my international workshops take place. So, lovely. And one can definitely learn sound. You don't have to be a mentor. You don't have to do anything. But very important, you have to know how to follow protocols. Right? Because
it's important to follow the certain protocol. Otherwise, you see sound healer everywhere. Nowadays, with the bowls, everyone is just promoting that we are a sound healer.
Very right. Now, in my book, as I had showed earlier, this is the book. Now, in this book, when person reads this book, they will understand a lot of things, because part of my research is also there. Now, we have to understand one thing. Sound is pure science. It is not esoteric. It is an energy which can be measured. So, if there is a person who comes in with high BP, I measure his high BP first. I know that what are the readings. I induce the specific frequencies. And then when I read it again, I see that the BP is all normal now. Yeah, there have been cases like this. Now, people coming in very heartbeats. So first we monitor that heartbeat and understand the condition, and then sound is introduced. So it is a proper science. So it is not that you take up a bowl, you start playing, or you take up a pipe, you start playing.
Exactly.
It is a specific science.
It's like medicine doses. I mean, how much to take, when to take, right?
Yeah, right. Very true.
That's you. So how do people connect with you, Dr. Sujata? If someone wants to connect with you and get trained or maybe attend your sessions?
They can come into my website www.sujatasinghi.com. That is SUJATASINGHI.com. They can also come in to see what is happening to my Insta pages, or they can actually look at the YouTube wherein the testimonials are there. The processes are also there, a few of them. So you can look at the YouTube, you can just subscribe to the YouTube channel so you keep getting repeatedly what's happening, because I keep putting up the new things which have come up. So that is one aspect. Then of course being on my website will be very, very beneficial for them, because there they will be getting all the details of the upcoming workshops. And they can also contact to the contact number on WhatsApp, which is given in the website. So they can just reach out there and they can email.
Oh, lovely. That's really amazing. Thank you, Dr. Sujata. Thank you so much for sharing this valuable insights. I'm sure a lot of us don't know about how sound can be such useful in our lives. I mean, we just ignore it basically. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Well, now to continue with the session, I will be talking about how sound is an ancient science. First thing I talk about to people is sound is an ancient science. It is not something which man has created. The Big Bang theory proves that the Big Bang which happened in the whole of the cosmos bring the solar system into existence. So that means sound was always there.
Always there.
Always there. I have only studied the sound, I could say.
Yes.
Right? And studying the sound helps me to understand the deeper aspects of the effects of sound on the body, human body. So when I say body, it is mental, emotional, and spiritual apart from physical. Because the physical being is only a whole consortium for the manifestation of the mental, spiritual, and the emotional being.
Right.
So whatever physical condition one faces, first has to look at all the other three aspects. Because what is happening in the body is only due to what's happening on the other three aspects of life.
True.
So when we are working with sound, we are allowing the body to open up to understanding those aspects which have been affected, and on the other side, also working on the other three aspects, which is directly working on the physical body.
Okay.
So that is the reason I keep telling people, like generally when I'm giving a talk or a session, I tell people first thing, be open to what is coming up. Because sound puts a person into a deep state of relaxation. They move into the 4 hertz of delta state. And it is at that point of time when we can tune in our self-healing mechanism. Every moment we are continuously thinking. Right?
True.
We are always thinking. And the logical mind is continuously giving out reasons. Why is this happening? Why this is not happening? Why is my hand paining? Why is my head aching? All these conditions, the mind is always directing. But once we understand, when we are in a deep state of relaxation, we understand that the whole thing was off track. The whole body was in misalignment. That is the reason the pains have come up. The pains are no pain by itself.
So it's more of psychological?
No, it is psychological as well as spiritual.
Okay.
Now, when I say spiritual, it is nothing to do with religion. It is nothing to do with anything. When I say spiritual, is your connect to your environment. Right? And when we say spirit, is that emotional being which is being affected. Now, if there is let me give you an example. If there is a fight in the house, now in the lockdown, if there is a fight in the house, you have no choice. You're staying in the 4 walls. You cannot walk out. Okay.
Yes,
now it creates a mental limitation. It is like you are being jailed, and that mental limitation creates a type of understanding which says that I am helpless. Right? That helplessness comes in. When the helplessness comes in, the person cannot think in a positive way. So the whole domino effect starts. And when this domino effect starts, we see that, and I'm sure that as now recently I had some students who came in, the university students for whom I used to take the life skill education workshops with sound. So these students, they sent me that we are feeling depressive nowadays.
Absolutely. That's what everyone is because of the situation around us.
Right. And this depression, from where is it coming? Because we are not feeling connected to the environment. That means the spirit within us is not feeling happy.
happy. We're helpless. We're feeling helpless because you
Helpless.
can't do anything.
Yes, exactly. So that helplessness is the experience which the spirit is experiencing. So once that spirit is let to be free, we will be again connected to the environment where we want to be. Now what has happened? We are all comfortable moving out.
Yeah.
Right. Now till the lockdown, we were all comfortably moving out.
Exactly.
Now
Just get up
after
and
the
go.
lockdown, yes.
Yeah,
And now after the lockdown, so many do's and don'ts.
Yes.
And with these do's and don'ts, it's going to be terrible for everybody to move out. Right? So our spirit is not going to be free. And that is going to lead to a lot of depression. Imagine every 10 minutes, if you're out, you need to be washing your hands, you have to be checking your mask is on. So that is going to cause more and more tensions, more and more disconnect from the environment. You don't want to be in the environment. And that is where the spirit feels lost.
I think people are going into depression and overthinking is happening because
Yes.
you're helpless and you can't move around.
Exactly, that is the cause. Right. So most of the
So the
students
sound
they come in
helps us?
the sound helps them immensely. In fact, it helps all of us. That's the reason I said every day we need to be doing sound. In fact, I have conducted more courses online after the lockdown than I physically do. I had 19 days complete course. I had to finish on the via Zoom. I had to continue doing it. So it is actually helping everybody. And in fact, the ones coming up in June on my website, it will be put up how to help yourself with a 2-day work. It's just a 2-day workshop of 3 hours each. So not much work. Yeah, it's very simple. You only have to follow the process and understand sound, and you will be able to help yourself on a regular basis. So you don't slip into that effect which we are looking. Yes, that's very important.
Right.
Prevention is always better than cure.
Absolutely.
So
and we don't know how long this is going to go on.
Exactly.
So
it could
we
be
better be prepared.
Prepared, yes. So that is the reason I shifted all the workshops now currently to online, and people from across the world are joining.
Okay, lovely.
Because I cannot travel. So my students from abroad, they have to now wait till the next year because I don't plan to move anywhere till 2021.
Right.
So that's the reason now everybody's come on Zoom. So anybody who wants to join in, please, you can feel free and join. And the details are on the website.
On the website. So whenever there is this courses happening, you keep updating and we can enroll it through that.
Yes, definitely.
Perfect.